Hello, and welcome back to my channel. This is reality. Woody. How you doing? Excuse me. Now, I know y'all probably can't hear me good, but I decided I was going to throw this on out here anyway, because I have to do, Beyond the Gates. So I decided to go ahead and do this video about Traitors while my child room was up there at the park. Some of my friends up there watching them, so they're in good hands. But I don't have my mic, so charge to my head. But I'm gonna do this video anyway, and still and upload like a champ does. We're gonna make it do, right? We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. But anyway, I just want to do a little few highlights on it anyway. So Traitors is over. We have the winners. 4 winners, as a matter of fact. We have Dylan, who wanted to make a name for himself, Zac Efron's brother. We have Dolores Catania from The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And we have Ivar, which nobody understands that. And we have Gabby. Now, the last round table, I'm going to talk about the last round table. I'm going to talk a little bit about the challenges, and then we're going to be done with this, because not much more to discuss, except for, the beef between Boston. The beef, let's go with the beef between the Traitors, okay? Let's start with that. Phaedra even mentioned, when they were speaking to Phaedra, of course, they always have talked to her, because actually, in our actuality, we cannot deny that Phaedra was the absolute best traitor ever. It is what it is. Nobody's like her. Because I went back. Now Citrine won season 1. Now, don't get it twisted. But Citrine flew under the radar. And nobody really suspected her at all. And a lot of times with these types of shows, they don't suspect the black people. But you can see treachery in Phaedra, just a little bit. So they began to suspect her. But you couldn't hardly see it in Shireen, the first one. But anyway, back to this episode. So it starts off with Dorinda and Bob the drag queen not knowing each other. Now, Dorinda was the first one to get voted off, and that's because they decided that they want to have an attack on the housewives. How Dolores Catania made it through to the end, I have no idea. She really sucked. To me, the best winners, if we were going to end this show with a winner, it would have been, for me, it probably would have been Wes. Chris was too stuck on Chelsea. And when Chelsea got voted off, I didn't want her to get voted off. Tom Sandoval lasted longer than what he should have, because he was a doofus. And so between the people who I thought should have won, I think Gabby should have won. But I wish it had been Wes instead of Alvar. Because Alvar was, I really, sometimes I would forget he was on the show until Dolores' dumbass kept trying to vote him off, which I didn't mind. But nobody was putting him on the radar because he was flying so very, very low under the radar, except her. So nobody was voting for him when it was time to vanish. And I think that the Traitors, they messed up trying to get rid of each other. That was the worst batch of Traitors I've ever seen. Technically, they probably could have won. Danielle probably could have won had she not bought Brittany. Because that's one thing Carol was right about. Leave her ass alone, because you're going to put a target on your back because you're so close to her. And then she turned around and voted your ass off. Now that's some treachery in and of itself. And that's what they're supposed to do. That's how you play the game. There's treachery involved. Okay, but Boston Rob with his punk ass, who I've never liked, because I used to watch Survivor back in the day, and I just completely lost interest in that. And I never did watch Big Brother except for that one season when Tamar was on there and they did Celebrity Big Brother and she won. But other than that, you know, it still was good solid season. I just didn't like the Traitors. I was tweeting it over and over again. I was like, when it came time for them to pick another traitor, I was like, ooh, please let somebody interesting come up there. Somebody. And I think what it was is that I started with Phaedra. I started with Phaedra's season and then I went back so I can get some knowledge about how the episodes work and how the show worked. So I think that's what spoiled me because they were so good. And she was so good. And then we got Danielle, Boston Rob, who decided that, like I said, he was going to have infighting within the Traitors, which was uninteresting. And then, Danielle, always shaking and crying. Ooh, she got on my nerves so bad, shaking and crying. A bad vote off was Nikki Bella. I really hated when they got rid of her because she could have been a good asset for the women. And it could have been Dylan and an all woman, maybe, traitor. Because she should have been voted in as a traitor to me instead of Brick. But other than that, I mean, I don't have a lot to talk about because you got 23, 24, 25 people to just personality, personality. And I just, and I'm doing a rap, child. I'm not going to get into all these people personalities and everybody who pissed me off on the show. I'm just going to talk about, like I said, a few highlights, the things that stood out to me and what made me decide that I did not like some of these traitors. Okay, take that back. I didn't like any. And I especially did not like the ones except for Dylan and Gabby. Because Gabby was a Bambi, okay? And everybody let her fly under the radar because they thought she was a goofball. And that little talk and that little verbal fry. And I was like, she is going to win because people think she don't. And she's playing the game. Now, whether you believe it or not, I think she was a bachelor or a bachelorette or something. Gabby played the hell out the game. If you really think about it. Being that she was a Bambi, they really didn't turn on each other. They really were loyal to each other. They wouldn't let Britt in. They were smart enough to know not to do that. But also the fact that she could, she could plead her case. When they were in the banishing room, she always played her case really, really not too much like Chelsea did. And that was throwing people off with her because of the cussing. Child, I can't make this stuff up. You talking about damn grown ass people. Then we find out Chris cusses himself. And that's what I didn't like about Chris. And so Bob the drag queen, he put a target on his back with Boston Rob because he said somebody in the cave. But what I didn't like about Boston Rob is because there could have been any other fellas that came out the damn cave. He got a target on my back. He got a target on my back. And Boston Rob think he can play these types of games better than anybody. Okay? But Dolores got it wrong every time, y'all. It made her look like a damn idiot. And as a matter of fact, was Robin at the damn reunion? I don't remember seeing Robin at the reunion. I'm going to have to go back and check that out. I ain't like I'm going to bring it back to you if she was, because, she flew under the radar on RHOP. But this is who Robin also was a bad vote off, because she was playing the game pretty good. And that's why she ended up getting voted off, because she played too well, her and Wiz. But Dolores, Catania, little idiot on New Jersey. And then she had a nurse like, well, when I'm loyal to someone, I'm loyal to them. You damn sure like you should have been dropped Teresa's ass. I guess that's why you made it through. But again, the winners were Dylan Efron. He should have won. He should have won. He played the hell out that game. Like when he started guessing the traitors, he started weeding them out. And when I say he was on it, he was on it. What I didn't like about Dylan is his gameplay was kind of shaky for me. Like getting the money, get a little access to the money. Alvar was able to get to the money, but like I said, so blah blah blah. But I liked Gabby once I saw her gameplay and I saw how she was playing the game and she was doing a good job of it. At first, I was like, oh, here we go with this goofy white girl acting like Kardashian. But I think that's a part of her shtick. And I think that's also a part of her charm. Okay? So, Dolores wins. Dylan, Alvar, and Gabby. All faithfuls. And that... Oh, before I close, I wanted to say also $250,000 and then subtracting out of that pot is not enough money to be split between the peoples. I'm just saying. And with that, I'm going to close. Come on in. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Again, this is a wrap up. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this video.